a feeling like a stranger amongst loved ones? Have you ever felt like a stranger? If so, imagine the feelings. And even worse of it is you feel like a stranger amongst your loved ones. Those are the people you are familiar with or you were once familiar with. Those whom you think know you too well and you know them too well. So the feeling like a stranger among your loved ones means that you experience a sense of disconnection or emotional distance from the people who are supposed to be closest to you and you closest to them. You might ask yourself, what are some of the reasons that someone can feel like a stranger amongst the people that they love? Think about your situation. It's an indication that there is a communication breakdown. When there's lack of communication or communication breakdown, opens the room for assumptions, and assumptions can go anyway. So communication is one of the reasons why someone might feel like a stranger amongst their loved ones. It might be a change in your values or beliefs. Before, you and your loved ones might share similar values and beliefs, but then due to certain changes, your values and beliefs might differ. You might feel judged or misunderstood by your loved ones. And like that, you will not want to communicate with them openly the way you used to. So you'll be selective because you are scared, you are frightened that what can go wrong? Will I be judged? Will I be misunderstood? Will my information be used against me? You will start thinking so many things and you will just refuse or you avoid to communicate with them. You might be excluded or ignored. Sometimes people use this excluding people or ignoring people as a coping strategy, but it has an impact on that relationship, on that communication. So just be mindful. Another reason could be conflict in personalities and communication styles. So you, me, everyone has a different personality. We have similarities at some point, but if we have conflict with our personalities, let me just give an instance. You get into a room and you see someone who is probably talking too much or being too quiet, and straight away you think, that person might be too loud or too quiet, and it's not for my liking. You have conflict in your personalities. You don't have any problem with that person, but you don't just match with them, which is very okay. Another reason might be past unresolved conflict. So you had an experience in the past that was not nice, and you have not sorted it out because maybe because of fear, you are going around that problem and not really facing that problem. So then for your defense, you want to avoid that communication and then you don't want to open up. So because of that, you feel like you are a stranger because you have that fear that if you bring it up, probably things might escalate. Probably things will go wrong. You might be misjudged. You might be ignored. You might get excluded. The last point I'll talk about is cultural or generational gaps. I mean, just looking at us now, like my generation and the teenagers or the children now, we are of different generations. The way I will look at things will be very different from the way children nowadays will look at them. For instance, children now want instant gratification, but for the older people or older generations, they'll think, if you want something and you can't get it now, just hold on. But children now, they find it really difficult. When they want something, they want it right now. So that might be a cultural or generational gap, which is okay because we are evolving as human beings. So these are some of the reasons that might make someone feel like stranger amongst loved ones. So then, why is it even important? It's important to know these things because of the impact it has on one's life. So one of the impact is emotional distress, because say if the loved ones are, you share the same home and you don't feel connected with them, you might start thinking, your new safe space might be your place of work if you have one. But then when work finishes, you start thinking of going home and you might think, my home is not a conducive place. So that is an emotional need. You'll start thinking, where then do I go to? Probably you go to a friend's house, probably you have a night out, you have an evening out, you go for meal and so on. But how long will you keep on with that? So that is just a strategy you use to cover up the emotional distress you are experiencing. Another impact could be self-esteem and then self-doubt, because you're not so sure. This is the person, or this is my family members, or these are my loved ones. I used to feel very safe, very comfortable, very secure with them. But now I don't even know what to say because I'm always on the edge. If I say this, will I be wrong? Will they misjudge me? So it will affect you because you start doubting yourself. It will impact on your confidence and your self-esteem. It can lead to stress and anxiety. And that stress and anxiety will not only end within the loved one, it would extend. Because if you go, say, to work and someone says something that triggers the emotion or the feelings of what you experienced, then you might be agitated, you might even be rude, or some people easily get physical. Those are all impacts. And it will massively, massively impact your relationships. First, the relationship with yourself. Because imagine, if you doubt yourself, your confidence is affected. You start thinking, am I the problem? Is it some other person? And so on. So it will really affect first the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with others, and how you relate with the world. And you will find it very difficult to trust people because first, that trust within you and with other people that you love has been broken. So you'll find it very, very hard to trust people. And even if someone comes to you and they are very open, very honest, at the back of your head, you'll be thinking, I dare not trust this person, because you bring back the past experience because you are still thinking of the past. And then you cannot keep on your life living that way, feeling like a stranger, because in this life, you need to face the problems. You need to face the challenges because challenges are part of life. If you don't face any challenges in life, then you don't grow, and you can only avoid facing challenges if you take a softer route to pleasing people so that you don't face these challenges. But challenges are part of life and it helps us to grow as human beings. So then you need to get help. There are different ways you can get help. Talk to someone that you trust. It could be a friend, it could be a neighbor, a family member, anyone you trust. When talking to someone that you trust, you've got to be mindful because some people will use your information against you, and that will make you feel even worse because then you will not be able to trust anyone at all. So be mindful of who you share your information with. If you try friends, family members, neighbors, and you feel that the problem is still going on, then I strongly advise you to seek professional help You can speak to a mental health professional, a life coach, a therapist, a counselor, psychologist. All of that is for you to get help so you are able to deal with your situation and live a better and happier life. So this is all I have for you today. If you want to find out more, if there's something you are struggling with and you want to find out more, please contact me. I am Nelly Kwasunwi, a transformational life coach. Send me a message and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.